Thank you, Senator Coons. The Senate budget resolution that we worked so hard on would first replace the harmful budget sequester, whose effects are only beginning to be felt in our communities, with balanced deficit reduction. Second, it would invest in our crumbling roads, bridges, and water infrastructure. Our engineers give our infrastructure a D+. Clearly, we need to make that investment. And it would support continued job creation and economic growth. Despite this sensible, balanced approach, not a single Republican supported this budget in committee. Republicans prefer to raid the programs that the middle class depends on, while protecting the rich and the well-connected. A CBS News poll conducted last September shows that 78% of Americans favor continuing the current guarantee of Medicare coverage for seniors. 78%, but the Republican budget would gut Medicare, turn it into a voucher program for those 55 and under. Basically, put Medicare into a death spiral. And it would end the Medicare guarantee that for half a century has been the pillar of American retirement. More than 3 million seniors right now save an average of $700 a year on prescriptions because we closed the dreaded donut hole. Well, the Republican budget throws them right back in the donut hole, forcing today's seniors to pay an additional $700 a year on average out of pocket. 60 million Americans got to college and were able to seize their dreams because of Pell Grants. The Republican plan cuts Pell Grants, dropping an estimated million students from this vital program. This Ryan Republican plan to turn Medicare into a voucher program is so extreme and so radical that even Republicans are speaking out against it. Congressman David McKinley voted against the Ryan budget, and he said, "My home state of West Virginia has the highest percentage of Medicare beneficiaries in the country, and I cannot support a plan that the Congressional Budget Office has determined would nearly double out-of-pocket health care costs for future retirees." And of course, former Speaker Newt Gingrich described this plan as right-wing social engineering. This Republican budget makes enormous mystery cuts in the budget. Chairman Ryan claims he can cut $900 billion of appropriated domestic spending over the next 10 years. That means border security. That means the FBI. That means medical research. That means student financial aid. That means the grants that support our efforts to combat violence against women. Under the extreme radical Republican budget, domestic discretionary spending will fall to its lowest level as a share of GDP since we started keeping track in 1962. 1962! There weren't even Pell Grants in 1962. There wasn't even Medicare in 1962. Their future is our distant past. Chairman Ryan would push $810 billion onto our states to shift costs to the states for Medicaid, and find another mystery $962 billion in unspecified entitlement grants. He boasts that the Republican budget repeals Obamacare, but he puts all the savings from Obamacare in the budget. He can't have it both ways. It's not even an honest budget. It's politically, mathematically, and logically unrealistic. It's not a balanced budget so much as magical thinking. Even if the unrealistic program cuts in the Republican budget could be made, the plan ignores the economic damage that would result. We have had the austerity experience. We have had the austerity experience in Europe, and the evidence is in. Deep austerity cuts in Spain, Greece, and Portugal caused persistent double-digit unemployment and negative growth rates. We may be impatient with our unemployment rate. We may be impatient with our low positive economic growth rate, but the countries that tried what the Republicans want to do have double-digit, 26% unemployment rates, and their economic growth is negative. Their economies are shrinking. The Wall Street Journal just reported that industrial production in the UK, after its austerity plan, has fallen to its lowest level in 22 years, and the country is looking at a third recession. The Republicans who want to emulate European austerity should consider what Jeremy Warner said in the conservative Daily Telegraph. I quote, "This is a truly desperate state of affairs. We seem to have the worst of all possible worlds, with nil growth, some very obvious cuts in the quantity and quality of public services, but pretty much zero progress in getting on top of the country's debts." That should be a warning. Not only is the Ryan Republican budget's magical thinking unrealistic, it's unfair. It achieves 100% of its deficit reduction by cutting government programs that benefit lower and middle income Americans, while doing nothing, not one dime, from wealthy Americans or corporations. In fact, it would cut the high-end tax rates for corporations and wealthy individuals. It adds more tax breaks for the rich and well-connected and goes after the lower and middle-class families. The Republican budget cuts total education and workforce training, for instance, by an estimated 47%. It cuts $135 billion out of the food stamp program, which helps feed the poorest Americans. And at the same time, if you're making over $1 million, it offers you an average budget cut of a tax cut of $330,000. And for the kind of money that the Ryan Republican budget wants to give to the rich and the well-connected, they have to come after the middle class. Chairman Ryan's tax cut would require $5.5 trillion in new revenue. And to cover that price tag, President Clinton revealed the hard truth. I'll quote President Bill Clinton. "They'll have to eliminate so many deductions, like the ones for home mortgages and charitable giving, that middle-class families will see their tax bills go up." That's the promise of the Ryan Republican budget. Middle-class families will see their tax bills go up. We don't. We take 7% out of that, which means we can focus on the corporate tax spending, we can focus on the high-end deductions, on the carried interest exception, so we don't have to go after the middle-class tax cuts. Let me close by reading one thing, if I may have consent. We have just welcomed a new pope. The Conference of Catholic Bishops had this to say about the Ryan budget last year. "Congress faces a difficult task to balance needs and resources and allocate burdens and sacrifices. Just solutions, however, must require shared sacrifice by all, including raising adequate revenues, eliminating unnecessary military and other spending, and fairly addressing the long-term costs of health insurance and retirement programs. The House-passed budget resolution fails to meet these moral criteria." I yield the floor.